may come, the fight goes on for one more day. Whenever lives and prayers must die away, who brought this curse and led us all astray? The day has died and emotion is fade. Wake up, my friends, the dreams and nightmares will die for just one more day.
Welcome back, everybody. So, Scions of Tomorrow, Session 2. Just recapping the first one, pretty much it was a whole bunch of almost... what was the movie called, Josh, that you thought we were going for?
The Hangover. That was what I was going for, or taking cues from.
Yep. And then it turns out there was a freaking monster. Because that totally wasn't ad-libbed or anything. Anyway, so you guys were walking out of the town and into the woods where you'd been gathering up some stuff and whatnot. And I believe that you guys were getting ready to sit down to come up with some sort of a plan for if you were going to help stop this whole monster issue.
That's correct.
Also, as a little bit of a curveball surprise or whatnot, I added a fourth campaign aspect. Your decisions shape the consequences of your world. And I need to come up with a... Yeah, and I need to come up with a better way to have this whole friggin' page oriented, to be perfectly honest. Cluttered.
A bit, but it's okay. He's key. Maybe make the map bigger? I don't know.
That's the wrong. I guess that works. So I make that one 20 by... There you go. Go 20 by 10. It'll scroll off to the side a little bit. Some backgrounds. Oh, see, this is just beautiful. Check this out. It's amazing.
Ah, so pretty.
So, and then we can leave you guys where you're at, and then campaign aspects get moved to over here. Kabam! Anyway, so as far as just to try and get into this, and despite the late start, which I do apologize for. So I believe that you guys have been intending to functionally make a camp to try and noodle this all out. So, what kind of camp do you guys think that your characters would make?
Matt. It's Digger. What kind of camp do you think he makes?
Well, is he going to make a tunnel and then just be like, everybody come inside, ignore the carbon monoxide from the campfire?
Well, he could. I'm just saying, there's going to involve some form of digging. It's in his name.
Get with the adjectives then, motherfucker.
I don't know. Let's see what other people have to say. Because I think I'm the only one right now.
See, Jimmy's muted and Emily's muted. Cassie has meat in her face.
Dirty.
Oh, it's certainly not graceful. Oh, look, there's rice on the table. Yep.
Yep.
And a finger. Guess which one?
My favorite one?
Wouldn't that be the thumb? Because isn't that where the one that tickles your... Oh, wait. Never mind.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so, does anybody have anything that they would particularly manifest as part of their little bullshit campfire here? Or campground, whatever?
Well, I mean, obviously, I could grow something to give us some cover.
Also, as an aside, because you guys do not require sleep. Is this camp just for the purposes of while you guys make a discussion, or are you going to sleep because you feel like it?
I didn't know we were going to sleep. I thought we were just hanging out, having a fire, maybe making
Okay.
some foods.
That's true. You guys did dead drop a rabbit.
So
You know, it's hangover day, so it's time for some breakfast.
yes, it's true. Making a rabbit. So I guess to drop into character, Jameson glances around to the other people as this skinned rabbit now sits on a stick, nice long stick, slowly being kind of rotisserie over the fire. So, do you just want to stay here in the open, or think you guys will come harass us out here in the open? Like,
No.
I really don't think they're gonna leave their town. Especially if they have a monster problem.
No, they were really scared of us.
Oh, between the monster problem and Emily's character, I can't.
Bindweed or Chloe.
Willows.
Oh, between Blindweed's show of anger and whatnot, or maybe not anger, but I don't think that they're really gonna try and venture out.
Also, if they do, there are a whole lot of trees there they'd have to potentially take care of.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of caves up in the mountains that I've used for shelter before. If we need to.
Awesome. At that comment, Josh.
Uh-huh. Do I have to make a will save?
Nope. Exact opposite. You are providing the universe with fodder with which to keep itself stable. Mm-hmm. Even though your guys' like wounds or not wounds. Oh damn it! What was the word? Even though your stress is wiped at the end of sessions, Josh, you get to ignore 1 free point of stress.
Do we have a marker for that? Or should I just remember?
You're here. I got you. Theoretically. It's not working. Move on.
Okay, I'll just keep a note on my side table here.
Okay.
We're just gonna keep a little Jimmy. The token is a mini Jameson. That's what it is.
You got a 1-up.
Yay! 1-up.
I was trying to figure out why it wouldn't let me put like the little red dots on the tokens, but it's just not letting me.
That's weird.
Oh, because I was on map and backgrounds. Okay.
Okay, that
There you
works. There it works. Okay. Continuing to slowly turn the spit with the rabbit. Waiting for input from people, obviously.
Wait, there was a question?
He offered up the caves in the mountains as an option.
Oh, right. That sounds awful.
They're not bad. Warm. Only occasionally animals.
Rocky, dark, damp, gross.
Take-
We could
Snake
just
stink.
chill here.
We could.
Technically, Emily, you're a demigoddess of flora. Moss does count.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And there might be moss, which is why I didn't say devoid of plant life.
Digger just kind of blinks at Chloe.
Full of snake stink. She gives him a look.
Okay, I was going to take you on a wonderful journey to the bioluminescent singing mushroom biome, but no, I guess now there's no reason to, because it's all just rocky and dank,
I could go there if I wanted.
like memes. Digger lets the rabbit sit for a minute. I guess. Okay, if there are monsters out here, and if we were in fact hunting them last night, before we got drunk and threw a wagon through a cafe.
I think we might have already been drunk.
Yeah, honestly, I think likely we were already drunk and then the monster happened.
True. That means that it's actually aggressive enough to chase us into a town. Do you think?
Well, if we were drunk, we were probably already in the town, so it had to probably have either come in specifically to attack the town or wandered in and gotten violent,
Yeah,
as monsters are wont to do.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think it had anything to do with us personally being there? Like it came seeking us? Because I would say if that's the case, we might want to not just sit out here in the open. Or at least to have you guys erect some form of structure.
Well,
I
it
don't-
probably.
Sorry, go ahead, Vinebead.
I was just gonna say it probably didn't come in specifically after us, since they are having a monster problem apparently.
Yeah, all indicators suggest that this is a consistent problem. I don't think it was just us.
So I do have a couple of points, and I'll leave it up to you guys to figure out if your characters, or even whose character might think of it, because I know that some of the lore I built for this world is somewhat obtuse. But do any of you guys remember what monsters come from?
Dead people.
Dead people.
The souls of the dead that do not get sent to the afterlife. The chief god of this town is one of the gods of death, so why is nobody getting sent?
That is a question that Digger probably wouldn't think of.
No, but Myriad might.
Well,
She's
let's
a
get back in
she's a
character.
smart cyber cookie.
Then let's drop back into character and hash that one out.
But one thing I don't get, why do they even have this monster problem? I mean, look at their main god that they worship. You'd think that there wouldn't be enough, fodder to create a monster problem.
Jameson is poking at the rabbit
Wasn't there
with a stick
God
to
the
kick
god
them
of
this.
death, not the god of the dead? So, I mean,
Kind of the same thing, though. He's the big capital D death and dead and all that.
Yeah, and those who worship him know how to put a soul to rest.
hmm. Well, either they're doing it wrong or something else is going on. Maybe people are just getting killed out in the forest for some reason. Maybe they were stupid. Maybe they started poking some wolves in the face. I don't know.
Is that really the sort of thing that causes unrestful dead to the level that to create monsters quickly?
I don't know.
The lore answer is no.
I don't know. That's not my job. I'm more on the killing end. I mean, not in a violent serial killer kind of way, but in a, survival of the fittest kind of way.
To be fair, you do have a +2 in lore.
Hmm. Do I? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I mean, I should open up my character sheet and look at these things. That helps.
A little bit.
That is a good question. How much does Digger have in lore?
Also a +2, just like Transit.
It's a world-weary sort of lore.
To be fair, the player of Transit is not feeling very well, so
No.
Shouldn't have had those shrimps.
I only have a +1 in lore. However, Myriad, in her original iteration, is very smart and thinks very fast.
Yes, and you are still pretty much playing a computer.
Yeah. So while I only have 1 point in lore, it still feels like something she would know.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. So no, going out into the woods and poking a bunch of wolves over and over again would not, in fact, cause a rash of monster attacks. Oh.
I mean, I don't know. They're just getting eaten out in the woods, and nobody does anything about it. Maybe they're getting super monster angry. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, in that regard, I guess that makes sense.
Sure, Matt. Digger will sit and have a puzzle over it.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I also have lore as one of my divine things.
Oh, shit.
That add a new modifier?
Yeah, they add together. They stack.
Okay, so 3. So
Oh shit! I have a local culture lore.
Well, look, because local culture is different. This is more like the current, the known cosmology of this world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you're rolling lore just to like, what are some of the traditions of this town? You would roll your lore with that other thing. Oh crap! I forgot to give you the target number. I was going to make it a 2 anyway, but whatever. No, I should have done it. So one of the other things that you seem to recall is not just is it so the only thing required for a monster to be spawned from the soul of a mortal is that they have to be not sent from the mortal world to their resting place, right?
Right.
Sometimes that resting place is in the mortal world, and then that's fine. But they have been sent to where they're supposed to be, and then they're fine. The more souls there are, they can coalesce together to make bigger monsters. So, if Franklin or whatever out in the woods gets eaten by a wolf, his soul, however powerful it might be, is going to affect the strength of the monster that he becomes. If Franklin then finds another monster, if they fight one another and one of them kills the other off, they take their soul into themselves, and now they become a bigger monster.
I see. Well, I guess. Digger seems perplexed for a minute. My usual thing would be to go and ask if anyone's died in the woods, but we just barely had to run from a mob. So, my usual method's out. Anyone have any suggestions?
What?
Well, normally my method would be to go ask people. Go hang around a tavern or or marketplace or something, and ask people if, like, hey, have there been anyone who's gone missing in the woods? However, we just got run out of time by a mob, so my method is shot in the foot.
I can go. I can try.
I could go with you, considering, yeah,
I wasn't run out of town.
noticed me.
Well, and beyond that, Cassie, you're one of the... You and Chloe are pretty much the two people here that have the ability to, within limitations, change the appearance of your mortal form.
Yup.
So, are you guys going into town to go figure out what's going on?
Yeah.
Yes.
I guess I should stay here, right?
Yes. You and Digger stay here.
Digger picks up a rock, tests its weight, slings it at a nearby tree, and knocks a bird nest out of the tree to collect the eggs for breakfast.
Roll it.
What am I rolling? count this as athletics for shot putting the rock with accuracy, or are we counting this as I don't have shooting?
I would say that athletics probably.
Okay.
Just because I want to see if you manage to flub a +4 roll, and we're gonna say your target is 2. Hey, look, you did it.
Okay. Digger gathers the eggs and cooks them on a rock. Adds them with the rabbit meat. Hey, look, we got steak and eggs.
Fancy. I knew there was a reason we were friends.
I'm gonna
Okay.
like that.
So, as far as trying to do things that are at least somewhat plot relevant here. So, Myriad and Transit are heading into town.
Yes.
Okay. So, we'll say it's been a few hours.
Can you repeat that? I lost connection.
I said, well, we'll say it's been a few hours because you guys were out in the woods for a while. And oh, that's an atrocious color. It's not even any better. Well, then you figure out a color because I can't get it to work. Anyway, so as you guys go walking into the town, things seem, well, first of all, significantly less aggressive than they had been before. But it seems like the entire town is somewhat on edge.
Okay.
Like a little, like last night's events are certainly not helping everyone's paranoia. So, it does look like they're trying to actually take some, spend the time to put some work into fixing the building. But as you're that tavern that had the wagon in the side of it, but you can tell from some of the conversation that they are well aware of the fact that this is going to be kind of a long-term project. That is a very large hole, and they have not a ton of resources and ability to go out into the woods to get more. So, what is it that you're wanting to ask around about?
I would actually probably go to the church or temple, however they do it in this town.
There was a temple. I mean, let's be honest, church, temple, they're kind of synonyms. The only reason why we differentiate them in real life is because they go to different religions.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm going to go to a temple and try and find a priest. Someone a bit older, who seems like they've been around a while.
And is Transit just going to kind of tag along, or does he have his own thing he's going to do?
He'll tag along for now.
Okay. So as you guys are getting up to this temple, you notice that there's no one really visiting or anything, but you do definitely see in the background, not the background, sorry, in the back of the temple, that someone is over there, and it looks like he's reading over some book or another on a pedestal, but he's got his back to you at the moment.
Sorry, 1 second. My computer's weird. Alright. So he's got it back to us. And is there like a open door? Is that what it is? Or is it like an entryway?
Yeah, he's standing in the main room to the temple, and he's just got his back to the front door as he's reading over something.
Okay, well, like, that's what I was asking, if the front door was, like, an actual door, or just entryway, or, like, swinging doors. Like,
It has an actual door, and it's unlocked as a public building.
but was it closed, or were they open?
It would probably be closed because it's cold outside.
Okay. Well, if he doesn't notice after I open the doors, I'm gonna go ahead and give a knock, like, on the wall, like, to announce my presence.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you over whatever that clicketing sound thing was.
It's my insulin pen, sorry.
I said I would put words. I would give a knock, like, on the door or whatever to announce, or on the wall to announce my presence. Don't want to, like, super surprise him.
Well, he kind of jumps anyway a little bit, and as he turns around, you can see that he's got, like, wizard level of beard. Like, this guy's beard is just straight white hair that goes, like, it tapers down below his belt.
So basically, your dream.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so as he turns around, you can see him kind of squinting at the door at you, and you see that the front of his robe that he's wearing has embroidered on the I would say that the symbol of Yveltal, but it's really more just kind of like a picture of Yveltal more than anything. He less has an icon and more it's just pictures of a giant red and black vulture bird thing. And as he's looking at you, he's kind of squinting. Obviously, not very good eyesight. What brings you in today?
Myriad, walks in to approach him better. Says, I noticed outside that there are strange happenings in town. Sorry, I'm from out of town, and I just, was passing through, but I was curious what's going on.
Oh, you're not... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were Cindy. Oh, come in. And I can perhaps explain so that you can make sure to, well, survive as you continue your journey. Come, sit, as he motions towards one of the pews. We're going to call them pews. They're not... I don't know what the hell they would actually have this place set up as. But we're going to run with that.
She nods and goes and sits down.
So what's Transit doing?
I don't think he approached as close as Myriad did. I think he's just kind of staying back and...
Like outside the building? Because she was just at the door.
No, he's in. It's just he's not close to the guy.
Okay. So when Myriad sits down, he kind of leans against the side of the pew that's in front of her and just, well, let's see. We've had a lot of problems with something or another disturbing the dead, and from what I've been able to find, it seems like some sort of monster came into the area and has been changing things. And I'm not sure how or what it's been doing. I don't leave the temple very often. But we've been finding animals out in the woods that are different. And I apologize. It is hard to describe, child, but just if you've never seen a man with a deer's face, it is very disconcerting. And if you've never
like she could imagine.
and we have found this in other odd twisted creatures in the woods, killed by the same what looks like claw marks.
I'm nodding. I'm just eating, sorry.
We can't see you nodding, Cassie.
Well, the GM can.
Yep, but you nodding doesn't help the recording.
I know it doesn't. I had food in my mouth.
I'll put something in your mouth. Anyway, so he just kind of seems to get quiet a little bit, and then after just a few more seconds, he continues. Ever since we started finding these poor creatures, we've been finding more and more monsters out in the woods. And they're now at such number, they're not staying to the woods. I'm certain that you saw the tavern. There was a giant... some giant snake started fighting another monster, and apparently something grabbed a hold of the wagon and threw it into the building. The monster that was being attacked, or that had, I'm not so sure which one started it, but it doesn't matter, they're monsters. The one that got hit with the wagon it nearly exploded everywhere, and it's going to be a lot of cleaning up. But as they do, it faded away. And who knows when it will reform or is what.
So, out of character, can you send the souls after they become monsters?
Yep. You have to.
Okay, I was making sure. And so back into character. So you were not given an opportunity to put the monster to rest?
I wasn't able to get there in time. The spirits of the monster had already departed by then.
Do you
There
have an apprentice to help you?
Not anymore.
Oh my gosh.
I am the last of Aveltal's priests within this entire city. They have been coming within the city walls for weeks now. And it is our duty to attempt to send these souls to where they must rest.
But, she frowns. Without assistance to put them to rest, they'll just keep reforming and kill more people. You have no help?
I'm not certain where I was unclear, girl, but I am the only priest left in this entire city. Over the weeks, we have had to put ourselves in danger to try and get these monstrous spirits sent back to where they're supposed to be. And sometimes danger catches you. I am to meet with the mayor tonight, and I want you to know that there may end up you may have to leave on your journey sooner than you may have anticipated. Gauntlet Hold may be lost to these beasts.
Hey, GM.
Hmm?
What's the priest's name?
Franklin.
But I thought the monster was Franklin.
No, the example monster was Franklin.
How many Franklins are in this village?
Well,
it's a rather small clan.
they're well, Alabama is jealous of them. I'll put it that way.
Gauntlet hold. Gauntlets have 5 fingers. 5 families live in this town. Interbreeding forever.
Yeah, Franklin might be their last name. What the fuck?
Anyway, she nodded and she nods and bows to the priest and says, "Thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I do appreciate the information."
At which point he smiles and he offers a small pat on your shoulder and as he bows his head, you just hear him mutter some sort of goodbye prayer or whatnot, and it just says, may Veltal's eyes not turn to you too soon.
She can't help but give a small smile at that. And what? Anyway, she can't help but give a small smile at that. Though she tries to make sure she's not looking disrespectful or anything. Not nods to him once more and leaves.
Okay, so to clarify, something is taking monsters and making them worse, or is it? I'm sorry.
Okay. Some sort of monster came into the area.
Mm-hmm.
It's been doing something to the local wildlife and then killing them. And ever since that started happening, there have been more and more monsters showing up.
So the animals are becoming monsters as well after dying?
All we know is that that's what's happening. We don't know for certain that it's the animals, but we do know, that these things have been happening.
Okay.
The whole correlation, causation may or may not be true, but these are the things we know. So, I mean, transit might make that connection.
Well, that's I mean, that's kind of just what I got just from hearing. So it's either that or I don't know.
Okay.
I think that's Transit's theory.
Maybe
Yeah.
the thing that I need to clarify here is, no, you do not have all the information.
No, I understand that, but right now I think that's my going theory.
Anyway, so where are you guys going after that conversation?
I figure back to Digger and Bindweed.
Okay.
I'm gonna wander around the town a little bit more myself, just seeing what I can pick up and what Tim picks up. I'd like him to kind of just fly around, land random places, listen in on people's conversations.
Okay, so what is it you're trying to get him to find?
I'm just wanting to know what people are saying about the monsters when they're not being asked by strangers. So I was just gonna send him to kind of just listen, I guess. Not
Be right back.
that I'm expecting anything. It's just a thought. Same thing that Mari is doing, just walking around town, listening to what people are saying.
Okay, so you can roll and investigate. You
Okay. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
And if you... So what you're going to do is you're going to roll investigate, and as far as the whole using Tim thing, that Tim would pretty much be a stunt that you could invoke to help you with it.
How would I do that? Would I...
You would roll, and if you don't do well enough, then you could invoke Tim as an aspect and or as a stunt. And
would that be a fate point?
yes,
Okay.
that's what I said.
You said invoke him as a stunt, and I was just verifying that meant fate point. I apologize. I'm just trying to make sure.
I know. My microphone, I think, is not picking up all of my stuff, and so I'm gonna have to look at that in a little bit. But yeah, you would. He's a stunt. You would pretty much use him as like a words. Yeah. So if you don't roll well enough, then you can drop a fate point, use Tim. Off you go, and then you get the bonus. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say that your target number on this is a 4. Also, what is Tim?
Right now he's a raven.
A raven or a crow?
Crows are smaller, so probably a crow at the moment. Because I wasn't wanting him to be, like, super noticeable.
Yeah, ravens are a little bit noticeable. They're kind of fucking huge.
Anyway. Rolling.
Okay. What did I say the target number was? 3? 4? Hey, you made your target number. So what I'm going to say is Transit goes off to go meet up with the others, and I will send you what you find. So what we're going to do is we're going to instead, screen cut off to the camp, in which case we have... Here you go. We have We have Chloe and Digger standing in front of each other, both of them arms crossed over their chest, the fire is still going off to the side. The food's already gone by this point. They're just glaring at each other. Take it away.
I know you don't have eyelids, but I can stare longer than you can.
Oh, challenge is accepted.
I'm a tree.
That only applies to drinking contests. Do you feel like we should be doing something useful?
Probably.
Okay. While the robot and the living portal are in town.
No. That's what Transit walks back into the camp. That's where we were at.
Well, they haven't noticed him yet. They're busy staring at each other.
Okay, so Jimmy, first of all, are you paying attention?
I think he's still gone.
He might be still gone.
Oh, I didn't. When did he?
I don't know when he left.
He
Is he
said
gone?
he announced it.
Oh.
He would-
All right, let's continue with the silly for a minute. So what I say is I'm gonna drop and become all snaky. I'm gonna become all tree. And then we hunt this forest, and we see what we can find. Like, there's gotta be some signs that led us to even come here in the first place last night.
Monster sign.
Sure, giant footprints, broken trees, eviscerated animals. You know, that sort of deal.
Yeah, that makes sense. Or, corpses of townspeople who have died and become angry spirits.
That too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
You want to do that?
Yeah, we should do that.
Do you think we should have left?
I mean, it'd be nice of us to help them out. I know they're pretty helpless. What with their dependence on civilization and everything.
I wasn't gonna say it if you weren't gonna say it.
But I did just say it.
Well, now I don't have to say it. But yeah,
They're good kids, though.
That seems like a plan. Do you think we should have left them some of the steak and eggs? He like looking at the rabbit carcass and eggshells that are like smoldering in the fire at this point.
I mean, it's kind of too late now, so I don't think it matters. Besides, they went to town. Maybe they had breakfast there. I don't know. Or maybe they just didn't have as bad of a hangover and don't need to have some breakfast. I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry, hang on. Something just happened on my other computer. The screen just cut out. Am I still connected?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
still connected.
Yep.
Okay, cool. That was just weird. Sorry. Now it's back and it's saying that my display drivers crashed and have been recovered. Okay. Well. So long as there's no interruption of service, that's fine, I guess. At this point, Digger turns around and notices Toby there, I guess. Oh, hey! We were just talking about you.
Except I don't think we have Jimmy back yet.
I know, but that's kind of where the scene is gone. I don't know how much longer I can stall.
We'll just say that Toby and Mary both walk in, so that then we can actually do something.
Okay.
So Mari's standing there, was just hollered at.
Yeah, he turns around and sees somebody and he's like, "Oh, hey, you two, who we were just talking about."
Hi.
How long
She
have you
looks
been there?
questioningly. Do you guys need a room?
What?
No, we
What?
Digger half completes the statement and then just stops and blinks multiple times, realizing what he just implied.
What?
Anyway,
I think that she's implying that we have some form of romantic tension.
Which to which I respond once again, what?
so I have news.
Okay.
I talked to the priest in town,
Mhm.
and it seems that the it seems that the monster problem is, as we suspected, not natural, and somebody has changed the wildlife around here and killed them, and more monsters are showing up after that. The priest said something like a man with the head of a deer.
That sounds awesome.
That sounds like a demigod.
That
He was saying, anyway, he was saying that something had changed the wildlife into things like that, and then killed them, and then monsters, and more monsters, and more monsters, and now he's the only priest in the town.
So,
Oh, okay.
is the monster deliberately targeting priests? Or have the priests just intervened more often?
It seems as though when the priests began to intervene and try to put the souls to rest, they have become they have gotten into dangerous situations. And now it seems that this priest, he's an old man.
Mm-hmm.
And with the monster last night, which you guys, we did kill it, but the priest wasn't even able to get to the corpse in time before it faded away.
I see. Did he give you any more on that? Like, that there might have been something going on with it?
Well, all he said was that, from what they can tell, like the deer man corpse and other wildlife being changed and then killed, it seems like this is not something that is an accident. He said it seems like it's been done on purpose. He said that he would be meeting with the mayor and they may have to evacuate the town.
Huh.
Something that the town are not exactly excited about because, well, where people go, so too do monsters.
Right? Digger kind of pulls up the map in his head and goes, "Where would they even evacuate to?"
That's the other question they were having.
Like,
Which, on that note, welcome to the world map again, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, Digger.
World map.
Yeah, they're kind of isolated in this little valley here. Like, they have a ways to go to the nearest place that could support an entire city evacuation.
And refugees do not move quickly.
No, they don't. Well,
If anything, I could see the monsters overtaking them and then nothing before they even make it to another town.
they couldn't be trying a mountain crossing with refugees, could they? Because the only ways they can go, Digger indicates, like, deeper into the forest, is either... Actually, no, that's not a forest, is it? This gray patch right here, that's like swamp, right?
Bioluminescent mushroom biome. Duh.
That's underground.
No, that's underground.
Yeah, that's underground.
Joking.
Um,
I'm
it-
just trying to make a joke.
It's not so much a swamp, but it would be it is a form of wetlands.
Okay.
Like it is fairly damp area.
Okay, so you'd either have to go through the wetlands, which is going to be slow moving if you don't stick to the roads, until you get to the more forested areas, or you head south. That only just reaches higher up into the mountains, though the mountains are also, there's less mountain to travel over, so you could cross onto the southern side of Witch's Teat and head towards Silent Springs, or some of the deltas down here have a lot of cities.
There's also, if only somebody could dig through mountains.
Hi, I'm Digger.
So Jimmy, I just put some stuff in chat. The compel is based off the campaign aspect. The third campaign aspect, I should say. Copying.
Is Jimmy back?
Said he was.
No, I didn't hear him.
Put it in chat.
I'm not checking chat.
Hey, so there you go, Jimmy. That is your compel. It is up to you to accept it or not. Are you actually there?
He's still muted.
No, I'm here. Am I? No, I'm.
You're.
I'm just trying to think. Kind of difficult right now. When the voice says that I could save them all, are we talking about the?
Like gauntlet hold.
Oh, okay. Somebody's gonna have to recap. Why are we talking? Are we talking about moving all of the people of Gauntlet Hold?
Yes. There's basically what was recapped is that the priest is going to meet with the mayor and basically like a city council And since the monster attacks have gotten so bad, they're thinking about having to do a full evacuation. And what Digger basically said is they'll never make it, because either they have to head, if you're looking at the game map right now, they either have to head up to like this area through wetlands. It's a long travel up north, or they have to travel south and try to cross right here on this mountain passage, or make a pass over these mountains to the other wetlands below.
Well, where do we want to take them?
Well,
where do they want to go?
we'd have to go and investigate that. You'd like figure out what their plan is to go north or go south. But yeah, technically, transit could easily teleport them anywhere they wanted to go.
Yeah, and I can just open a door and let them walk through. But it needs to be a set destination that has a door.
And holding a door open for that long, I mean, to draw a really, really awkward metaphor here, but, you know, there comes a point where after the 15th person has walked into the store while you're holding the door open for them, your arm gets a little tired. So you can move, like, moving U4 from anywhere to anywhere else in the world, like, yeah, sure, you can do that pretty reliably. Moving an entire city's population through a doorway, even, like, it's going to take time, and it's going to take power.
Well, I already... Well, I mean, I kind of have a boost already, don't I? Because I quote-unquote saved them from
Somewhat.
Emily and Josh.
Somewhat, but keep in mind that, like, having a few people, you know, witness your divineness and whatnot, like, yeah, that feels good. It's like getting to eat an M&M, right? That little bit of a sugar calorie kick is helpful, and it's nice and whatnot.
For you, maybe.
Yeah, well, but here's the thing. So how many calories are in a single M&M? Right? Not really a whole lot. You're not talking about trying to run a marathon off of an M&M. No. You need a buffet.
Or to continue the M&M metaphor, you need an extra large giant bowl of M&M that someone has gone through and put only your favorite color in.
Sure. But here's where the biggest problem comes in, and where because if it was just all easy, then I would just be like, no, just here's the idea. Here's the reason why it's a compel. The only M&Ms right now belong to a Veltal.
Right.
Yeah, I know I'd be stealing worshippers if I tried to scoop them. Or trying to save them and scooping them at the same time would be bad.
But leaving them to die, and then the next time you guys go to the heavenly realms and all that, and having to tell a Veltal, oh, hey, by the way, that city of your worshippers that died off, yeah, we were there. That kind of sucked. You know, damned if you do.
What?
Damned if we don't.
What if I said that a Veltal sent me?
They don't, then the power from that faith isn't going to you. It's going to a Veltal. And you then do not have the power to transport this entire city.
How many people are we talking about anyway?
Thousands.
Shit.
Like we're okay. Sure, it's medieval scale, sure, but this is a city.
Hey, I was just kind of hoping that, you know, the monsters had killed a lot of them.
Okay, I'll put it this way. They have suburbs. Yeah, sure, if you wait a couple of months, the monsters will make it so that they don't have suburbs anymore, but their evacuation order is probably going to come before that.
So, should we drop back into character, or?
And one more thing is that these monsters are big enough of a threat that there is only one priest.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, out of an entire city with a citywide religion, there's only one priest left. So that's a thing too. But yes, go ahead and drop back into character. That's just as far as clarifying the thing for the voice, Jimmy. It is up to you to decide if you're going to accept this compel or not, and I will let you guys just roleplay it out.
If I had enough people believing in me, I could get them out with ease. But doing that would kind of upset the god of death, and that's never a good thing.
Digger looks Toby, or sorry, not Digger. Jameson looks Toby straight in the face. Saving human lives is human lives.
But how do I get them to believe in me? To get
motivator.
Fear may be a powerful motivator, but does not bring devotion in the same way that I don't know. I feel like fear is not going to be the best method.
Oh, no. What I mean is offering succor from that fear, that breeds some devotion. You're offering them salvation. That's one of the most powerful, tools of conversion there is.
Which is why we got to do this the hard way and take care of those monsters.
That's okay. I'm sorry, Toby. You were going to say something.
I lost track.
All right. Jeffrey's kind of pipes up. Here's what I'm thinking. Me and Chloe are not on the good list right now, so we'd probably just undermine you if we walked in. How about we go monster hunting in this forest? You guys go see if you can get in on this council, because it's not a bad idea. I mean, Eveltal can perhaps regain his followers at a later date. We have aeons to set this right, but only this chance to save lives.
I feel like as much as he may want to keep his devoted followers, he would prefer, I feel like he would not like them dead and then turned into monsters, as they would be without their priest. Just saying.
Jameson gives the finger gun. Yeah.
However, I do agree with Chloe. We should fix the root of the problem rather than put a band-aid on it.
Well, can't we do both? Can't we get them out and then go hunt the monster?
That's basically what I'm saying. Us two who have been thrown out of town can go do that, and you can meet up later, and while you guys try and deal with the solution of getting them out. However, there's the issue of time. No matter what, they're going to have to travel if they evacuate. So if me and Chloe can't find this thing and kill it, well...
I'm probably the safest bet.
Exactly.
Well, there's going to be a meeting tonight.
So divide and conquer then?
Cully, what do you think? You've been oddly quiet in all this.
What?
What do you think? You've been kind of quiet in all this.
I don't know. I think we should take care of the problem. But if they want to go and see about the evacuation, that's perfectly fine. It doesn't hurt to have a backup plan.
All right. Sounds like that's the course of action then.
Okay.
Good luck storming the castle.
Thanks for saving us breakfast.
So,
We don't
Toby,
eat anyway. Yeah.
I know.
Toby, I had an idea.
Okay.
What if during the meeting tonight, he just, like, walked in through an interior door or whatever? Just, like, show up.
That might help sell it.
Right?
Let's just hope that they don't grab the pitchforks.
Well, they saw you earlier, so they know that you saved them before. I think that might give them a little bit more patience for you.
Well, and also you guys do know that monsters being able to manifest magic-like or divine-like abilities, such as you would be using in that case, are extremely rare. They tend to pretty much just be physical brutes.
Okay.
Also, Transit doesn't really look like your typical monster either. He's like a being of light, right?
He
Like
kind
being
of.
a transit.
a
Kind of.
walking and floating portal, so kind
Yeah.
of made out of energy. There are some that end up kind of ghost-like, and those are the ones that are probably the biggest pain in the ass, because then they're like, physical brute strength and all that jazz, but you shoot an arrow at it and it just whiffs right through its chest and doesn't matter.
I didn't know how many of them would actually look anything like Toby or like Transit, I should say.
Mm-hmm. No, that's good. That's why I wanted to say it. But yeah, not very many. It's super rare. Usually they are more, monstrous and animalistic and whatnot, and very physical. But that sounded rapey. So did that giggle.
I have picked the wrong divine form.
I mean, to be fair, Cassie turns into a robot, and Bindweed turns into a giant dryad plant monster.
I can't really use my divine form very often outside of the ring.
No,
Like,
you
I
can use it
can.
here. You just have to turn it into something that seems appropriate to the setting.
True.
Which you would pretty much just look like an iron golem.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
Oh, so yeah, okay, so yeah, I guess that's the plan. We're splitting up. Chloe and Digger are going to continue this frenemy tag team they got going as they try and search the forest and hunt the monster, find signs and trails, and Toby and Mari are going to go and save the peoples.
Try to save the peoples. Now, is it Mari or Mary? Mari, right?
Mari.
Yeah. Sorry. In case this doesn't work, what else should we do? Just in case.
Hunt the monsters? I mean, I don't know.
Well, we can't let them. With monsters being out there, we can't let them leave the city
Target number.
to be mowed down. Oh, hang on. I can do that too. Nope, not that.
Cassie, would you like to invoke something to be a reroll? Because Jimmy, if you would like, I will allow you to roll to assist.
I'll roll to assist.
That is a perfect aspect for it, Cassie. Awesome. Go ahead and throw your fate point into the fire circle. And Jimmy, you successfully. We'll say that you're going to give a +1 to her roll. So Cassie, go ahead and roll it with a additional +1 modifier. Don't fuck up. Just put in a 1. You fucked up.
Well,
So,
Damn
Cassie, you can choose to succeed anyway.
well, are we talking about having a plan, or what are we trying to do?
I'm getting to it. So, Cassie, do you want to succeed and instead take some mental stress?
Sure.
Cool. Cassie, pick somebody in the group. You guys know ascending. At least one of you would know ascending ritual. How to send a soul to where it's supposed to go, even if you don't necessarily know where that is.
That sounds like something Transit would actually know. Transit. Who is his god again?
Fusia is
Protection
His
and travel.
mother.
I know, it seems like a travel thing. If not Transit, then it would be Bindweed.
What, with all the, human death and all that jazz?
I was gonna say nature, but yeah.
So, which one is it? Which person do we want to have be like, oh wait, Doi, I know how to send souls.
Somebody flip
Let's
a
go
coin.
ahead and go with Bindweed.
Ha 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 ha!
Also, I will be back.
Okay. So yeah, if Digger and Bindweed end up finding the big monster and kill it, Bindweed knows how to send them.
Noted on your character sheet.
Yep.
Okay.
Here, I'm gonna put it in your notes section.
Oh, okay, you can do it then. That'll be better.
Okay, there you go. So, for those of you at home, the ritual of sending souls. You roll a will or a lore. Player's choice. The target number is determined based on the number of souls or strength of the monster being sent.
Goody.
I didn't say she was great at it.
I was about to say, I would suck at it too.
Mm-hmm. that's where it is best to have a scion of death do it, of a death god or whatever, because they can just say, "It's one of my divine powers. I get like a +8 on this shit. Here you go."
Yeah, I mean, nature has more to do with the body dead part than the spirit dead part.
Yep. But anyway, so which one do we want to hit first? Do we want to go hunting the monster, or do we want to see how the evacuation plans go?
I will leave it up to Josh and Emily. Do they want to go? Do you guys want to go first, or should we?
Let's have me and Emily go first because we've kind of been sitting quietly.
Okay. So everybody says, "Go team!" And then Bindweed and Digger start walking in opposite directions. And they turn around to start walking opposite directions, thinking that they were both going to head off into the woods. Go.
All right. So like 15 paces, Digger is suddenly a giant snake, and now slithering around between trees. And notices that Chloe is going the opposite direction and forks back.
It's this way. I can feel it.
Are you sure?
I am the trees!
Josh, you're a snake. You better whistle them messes.
I'm not gonna whistle those messes. That's bullshit.
Bullshit.
I only do that for sexy times. The ladies find it alluring.
Stimulating.
Stimulating.
Well, aside from just not being into that, I'm suddenly even more glad that I'm not one of his sisters.
Sisters.
Do you have them? I like sisters.
Only Egyptian sisters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very specific. Anyway, no, Digger blinks the vestigious eyelid. Are you bullshitting me? Whatever, let's just go.
You'll never know.
Well, I could investigate it, like hit you with a roll, but no, there's no point. He just goes along. We'll keep
Mhm.
He'll head off a little bit further so that there's more of a sweep. Like he'll keep you in eye line within eye shot of you, but still kind of
Line of sight.
eye shot. I'm insisting that's what it's called now in this world. It's eye shot,
Digger.
not line of sight. What?
Stop shooting me with your eyes.
Okay, so yes, line of sight. He's gonna keep her in line of sight, but spread out, kind of like they're actually hunting, to cover more ground and see more of the environment as they move. And yeah,
Okay.
commence montage of time passing.
Yeah, where he's all very, very, what is that?
Happy?
No, formulaic, I guess? Like, Digger's, like, taking this, like, doing this whole, like, by the book search pattern thing. I can't think of the right word.
He's playing a game of
Sweep?
snakes. Yeah, sweep, or he's playing a game of snakes with the trees.
No, the word for some, for being very, I don't know.
Methodical?
Yes, there we go, methodical. Thank you. And Chloe's just kind of ambling around, just walking this way and that way, letting the trees tell her where to go.
Okay. Really?
Really? Someone's dying.
Okay. So, any kinds of fun particular things mid montage?
I'm going to make an investigate roll because again, that's what they're looking for is signs that this thing's been here, eviscerated animals.
Okay.
And like Emily said, he's doing kind of a methodical, like, casing method, sweeping and dragnetting the place.
Mm-hmm. Well, what I was gonna say is I was gonna save you the roll because it's kind of like a for the sake of the story to actually move forward. You guys,
Right.
you guys do actually find stuff of it, and it doesn't really take you super long either. But what you're finding is not just like the mutilated remains and such, but like yeah, how to put it. So after a while, like you do find like, oh, there was a herd of deer here. Like it looks like whatever this thing was like adding traits of just random shit to them. And for lack of a better way of putting it, it looks like as you're examining these bodies and whatnot, they're okay. So like a dead deer, like there is expression technically, right? But it's very basic animalistic. It's usually automatic fear response and whatnot. There's variation to these expressions now.
Yeah.
That as much as we as humans try to project humanist traits onto animals and stuff, it seems like in this case it's literal.
Oh, so this
And
thing
then
has like a face attached to it.
Yeah, or at the very least more humanoid traits applied to them, and then it looks like something just fucking offed them. It usually and actually very efficient ways. Disemboweling here, a slashed throat there. The only common method of death that you find across them is that whatever it is doing this has some sort of sharp appendages.
Okay. Can I take that investigate roll I just threw and use it instead on something else involving this?
Sure, what's up?
Digger wants to conclusively discover. He like picks up a carcass, hangs it from a tree, and investigates it. Deer having human traits added to it, or human turned into deer?
The former.
Former.
They are primarily deer.
Okay. This is just ugly. Bindweed is not gonna like the look of this. Normally I'd say
What am I not gonna like?
He with his tail he indicates the deer.
Gross.
I know.
You're right, that's disgusting.
So is it mutating them to kill them, or is the mutation happen after?
Well, I mean, didn't you just say that? Never mind. Keep talking. You'll get there.
Oh, I'm sure I will. This adds way too many questions to my snake brain. So from here, do I notice any other signs, Matt, that could give us a direction? Blood trails, you know? Did it chase this thing through the brush?
The blood seems kind of everywhere. It looks like the deer. So that there is a fairly apparent game trail or I shouldn't say game trail. Game trail is different. There's a fairly apparent path where these deer fled to here, and this is where something very large caught up with them. And then, there's lots of like a part of a tree where it looks like something grabbed it with hands that are way stronger than the tree could really withstand, because there's like a hand grip in the bark. It looks like it kind of loitered here for a while, and because there was enough of between deer and whatever this thing is walking around that you can't really find discernible footprints.
Great.
Alright. Well, something that big. It's not going to be able to hide that easily.
Can't you talk to trees?
Yes, I can. I was just going to say, I'm going to see what's going on.
Go for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Jameson is going to just sit and smell at the ground with his snake nose.
So what do you ask the noble tree?
Well, I know there's a disruption in the forests. Something large. And fast moving. At least compared to trees. So I want to know about this new disruption.
Okay, so what is it you're going to ask the tree? Who's playing with my fate points? Dum ba dum bum bum.
I don't know. I got nothing.
To pitch something? Can I pitch something?
I mean, if we're asking like each tree as like a separate individual, like whatever, then I don't know.
I'd say just ask it which way did it go.
Alright, I guess. I don't know. Which way did it go?
So,
And I'm
Just-
sorry, I think I'm gonna need to go get another Proxen.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
What's naproxen?
mm,
I think it's a migraine med.
Oh. Is tonight the great night of headaches?
So far, Tylenol has been able to keep mine from going all the way to migraine. Naproxen?
related medications are ibuprofen, diclofenac, bumetone. Yeah, it's ibuprofen.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We were discussing your choices in drugs.
Oh, okay.
All right. So yeah. Which
Bang.
way did he go,
So,
George?
yeah, so you look at 3, and there you go. There you go. That's what we're gonna say. Bindweeds looks at one of the nearby trees, says, "Which way did the monster go, George?" And from Digger's perspective, it seems like the tree just kind of shudders slightly, but to Bindweed, like every little bit of its tree, of the leaves rustling together and the branches rustling together, it's very sylvan and elven wonderful beautiness and all that crap. Very poetic for her, and in the language of the trees says, "I am humbled that you know my name, great mistress." The beast, the monstrosity and abomination that has been assaulting these woods, traveled that direction, and one of the branches is pointing and whatnot. It is actually away from the town, but not like directly away. It's just a little bit more distance or whatnot. It seemed to be traveling in earnest.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the help.
The honor is mine, mistress. May the ages allow your roots to grow deeply.
And yours. Alright, snack. We are going that way.
Roger.
If I was playing Fizzle, this is where she'd jump on his back and go and tell him to
She's gonna go ride the python.
tell him to mush. But we're not, so
Well, he is big enough.
we're just gonna walk.
Technically, Bindweed could probably ride Digger. Because we said you're what, like 18 feet long or some shit?
Something like that. You made the comparison to the movie Anaconda, and I'm like, oh yeah, them some pretty big snakes.
That is big snake.
That is big snake.
Anaconda movie snake length. I wonder if they actually say.
I don't know. You can look that up. But yes, so Digger continues along, flickering his tongue, smelling what his snake nose can smell.
Mm-hmm. So as you're going along, you're certainly smelling a lot. You're smelling a lot more blood until eventually, you guys, as divine creatures, you can not only can you guys sense one another, but you can also sense things that are not right, not as they should be. monsters are on that list. It takes a potent monster for you guys to be able to sense it like you do other divine entities. And so you know you're getting close. In fact, very close.
Out of character. Emily,
Ma?
this is where we get our asses kicked because we split the party.
Alright,
But onward to glory.
let's do it.
Right, so yeah, we head in that direction.
What's the worst that can happen? We die? No big
That's
deal.
true.
Oh great, we're about to have a bad time.
So how is it you approach the thing that you're sensing?
Stealthily, like a snake.
Alright, I want you to roll it then.
I hope Jameson actually does have stealth. I think I gave that to him.
Yes. You in fact have a +4, and I'm going to say that your target roll... Well, I guess this would be opposed, wouldn't it?
I have a +1 in stealth.
It's also... you have +1 in stealth from your divine power. You have +3 in stealth from your trained skills. Oh shit, I'm looking at transit. My bad.
Yeah, you're looking at transit. Jameson has a +1 in stealth.
Okay, yeah, you're not going to have a good time here. So, is Bindweed going to bother with the stealths?
No, I don't got it. The best I could do is walk up openly and lie to them really hard and tell them that I'm totally not there and hope it works.
I don't think that's how bluff works.
No, I really don't think so either, so... Oh, shit.
So-
You can just keep walking by and going, I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a tree, I'm a tree.
I'm a tree. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So-
okay, so
Josh,
I got a -1.
yep.
I'm
Do you want to succeed anyway? Or invoke anything?
I'm going to invoke its digging time.
Oh shit!
So, Digger is like gung-ho on this. He's like, I'm gonna get the drop on this thing. It's gonna be awesome. And people will speak about this legend, mostly Chloe, because she's the only one here. But she'll speak about it, and everyone will think I'm awesome. And I'll totally make up for my mistakes yesterday. I was about to say last week, but yesterday. So he actually like partially submerges himself in the ground with his tunnel power and like sneaks along the ground. He's like, yes, I am the sneakiest snake.
Okay.
So the question is to reroll or just add a +2. I'm gonna just add a +2 actually.
Okay. So you succeed with a 1 versus a 0.
It's okay, Digger. I will be the distraction. As a tree just keeps walking forward.
Oh good.
So-
Just like in Vanguard.
So, what you end up seeing, because, you know, Digger is underground and so therefore cannot see. Bindweed, as you walk around, well, first of all, are you Chloe or are you Bindweed?
Oh, I mean, we're looking to face a big monster. I'm Bindweed.
Okay. So, as you're around the corner of this, like, big friggin' rock or whatever, it's like it's just a big boulder thing sticking out of the ground or whatnot. And you do see that there is, like, a grove here, right? And there is... it looks almost insectoid, right? But it has a tail. It's crouched over something, and all you can really see is, like a white... a white leg with a hoof at the end of it, like, out from underneath it. And since you kind of just said fuck stealth, I'm walking around the corner. Eventually, it's I shouldn't say eventually. After just a couple of seconds, it stops moving, like it stops doing whatever it was doing, and it starts standing up, and you hear like a rhythmic chittering behind an echo of voices. And I just realized I did not turn on more Fox because god fucking damn it. Yeah, whatever, I'll deal with that later. Let's see. Here, that. Okay, you guys can still hear me, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Anyway, so like I said, there's like a chittering as a underlying background to the voice. And as it turns to face you, token layer, it opens up that massive face as it's looking over its shoulder at you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Powerful flesh to add to the mass.
Just to get that nice and central there.
Hmm.
My God.
What?
So that's out of
Do you-
character.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't have any words for him, but I would like to introduce him to my friend Hentai Plant.
Close personal friend. Especially on Saturday nights after a couple of glasses of wine. Okay, so let's see, what was the thing for initiative here? Is it just D4? Or D... I don't remember.
Josh.
Yes.
Rolls monkey.
Mm-hmm.
Initiative orders. I forgot how this system determines it.
You kind of determine your own one. In book, it states that whoever has highest notice ranks goes first. I
Okay.
don't always agree with that, and they state, like, yeah, it's just guidelines. So if you want to do a different initiative system, go for it.
Okay, so for the purposes of this combat, okay, so there you go. Initiatives: Digger, then the monster, then Bindweed. That's how we're gonna run it. While it's all like more powerful flesh for the mass and all that jazz,
What?
he's trying to intimidate you.
All right. Well, my Roll20 tab just crashed. Hold on.
Oh, and I just realized that his notice thing, I rolled 3 dice, not 4. Oops.
Oopsies. He might have gotten better.
Oh well, it works.
Okay. What's going on?
Okay, so he just rolled to try and to make you all scared of his like 12-foot tall monsterness.
Ah. Okay.
So he got a 3 on his intimidate roll. So you would need to roll, I believe, a will to oppose.
All right. Now, how does this work again? Because I got it regular and.
You add them together.
Okay.
So your will is a +1, but you have you have it as a +2 from your divine power. So they add together as a +3.
Okay.
I thought it was empathy to defend against intimidate.
Empathy?
Because it's social versus social. Maybe it's wrong.
Empathy seems like a really weird skill to do that with. I mean, I'll double check it.
Because yeah, it was kind of like everything came in threes. I believe it was intimidate to attack, empathy to defend, and rapport is like the support. Create a thing. But I might be wrong. Sorry.
Having a hard time remembering where the hell the skills are. 158.
I should have brought my core book out as well for this, but it's still sitting on my bookshelf.
Oh, that's not it. Here we go. So we're looking for... Oh, that's right, because Intimidate's not one out of the book. It would be Provoke, I believe.
Well then, okay, if it's not in the book,
Yep.
then yeah.
Yep, Provoke is what it would be. Of course, it doesn't say here. Oh, the thing it talks about empathy is if you've like used empathy to assess your target's aspects, you can use Provoke easier.
Okay. Alright, my bad. So yeah.
All good.
Throw my will.
You're not the one being intimidated.
Damn.
You're under the ground. It looked at Bindweed. Bindweed has to roll.
Okay.
Alright, did we figure out what we're rolling?
Yeah, you're rolling Will.
That's a good thing because I
Okey-dokey.
rolled garbage. Garbage. You garbage
So I
digger.
just- Okay, so do I just put that in as a modifier, like 1, or do I just roll?
Yeah, just click the for like your will under the pyramid, the one where it's white instead of having the gray background. Just click that and then just add a +2. You don't even need to put in the plus, just 2. You did not beat his 3. So would you like to succeed anyway, or do you want to take 1 point of mental stress?
Or invoke an aspect.
Or invoke an aspect and yeah.
I don't think I got an aspect for this.
Kind of?
The beauty of nature is hard to describe.
I was gonna say nature's a bitch.
Intimidated. Nature's a bitch.
It's like, no, you don't intimidate me. I intimidate you. Sure, I'll go with that, and if that'll
Alright.
work.
Toss a fate point on the monster.
You went behind him.
It did. Okay, so Bindweed, it is now your turn.
And I guess now I'm going to introduce him to my good friend Hentai Plant.
Okay. So you pretty much just like wave a hand that I assume at one of the the nearby trees and just transform it or something, or how are you doing this?
We're gonna point right at his feet, and then it's just gonna erupt out from under him. Just vines everywhere,
Okay.
all up in his face hole.
So I want you to go ahead and you're gonna roll flower power.
Okie dokie.
Is that really what it's called? Flower power?
Goddamn right it is. Okay, so with the 6, I would say that you have successfully created an aspect to the scene that you can use to give yourself an advantage. We're going to go with 3 times.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Digger, what are you going to do?
I am going to I'm going to emerge from the ground behind it and attempt to chomp down on one of its arms with all of my danger noodle fury.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and have this one be a fight. And you win. You have hold of him. It. Thing.
Does he take any stress from that? Or am I guess I should have specified if I was trying to do damage or gain an advantage. Let's call it an advantage that I have one of his limbs. So
Okay.
we'll use that as a created advantage. Sound good?
Sure.
I'll bite
There you go.
go. Awesome.
Alright, that's the monster's turn. It kind of like hisses and chitters at the same time at Digger, and it's obviously like kind of confused as to why is the ground exploding and getting kind of molesty.
Why does it have a mouth?
And so, you know, being a monster like it is, it's thinking that, well, another monster's trying to attack me with something, or another. And so it's going to try to, functionally is trying to just charge at bindweed. And see all those claws? It is trying to whap you with all those claws. Like, just it's charging bindweed and trying to bring all 4 of those arms up to try and pretty much rend flesh. You have to beat a 1.
Oh, okay. What am I rolling?
Fight.
Okay.
Unless you have an alternative way you want to defend, but yeah. No
Yes. You could say, I'm going to roll my physique and just say, fuck you, no.
I'm pretty sure she just said fuck you, no?
Yeah, she just said fuck you.
Yeah, that would in fact be a truth.
I'm really fast for a tree.
Isn't that good enough to create an advantage against him, like an opportunity?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that part. The 4 outcomes. Succeed or succeed with style. If you roll higher than your opponent, then your opposition by 3 or more shifts, you succeed with style. This means that you get what you want, but you also get an added benefit on top of that. So, you can choose to give yourself an advantage, give him some sort of like minor consequence, I guess, could be potentially fair.
Something like off balance.
Yes.
Sounds good. Monster is now off balance.
Sweet.
That'll make Digger's job easier.
Of trying
Bindweed.
to arm left? Yes.
It is now Bindweed's turn.
Oh. Oh my. Well. I think. And I don't think we're gonna talk him down, so I think we're gonna have to tree punch him a little bit.
Okay.
Just give him a little the thorn action, and I don't know.
Oh dear,
Forward
this
action.
went anal quickly.
That's not what I meant.
So what are you doing then? Just having Hentai Plant try to like assault it and rend it?
Hentai Plant is there to hold it down. I'm gonna do the punching.
Oh, okay. So you're doing the punch. So you're gonna roll fight then.
Yes.
Okay. So roll your +3. Okay. Yeah, that's certainly not good for him. That's very not good for him. God damn it. You just succeeded with style again. So so apparently Bindweed likes to punch things in the face. Alright. So what would you like your good thing to be?
Oh shit. I gotta give him a consequence, right?
Or you can just go for straight damage and be like, no, you're taking physical stress, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, let's put the stress on him. We're taking him down. Stress the fuck out of him.
Okay. Oh, I'm not putting physical stress on Chloe. Jeez.
That's not where that goes.
Boop. Alright. So, and you know the funny part is, you could have invoked Hentai Plant as a bonus to that, but I'm not sure it really would have mattered. You already succeeded with style.
Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna matter. At that point.
Digger, you be up, Rotato.
Alright, so Digger's gonna do his fight. He's basically gonna attempt.
Digger.
Oh. I forgot I was muted. Sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So he's going to basically I'm going to attempt to constrict his lower body and just pull the arm straight off. So I'm rolling a fight. That's my goal.
Okay.
I want that arm off. Just to make it a little worse, I'm going to invoke my I'll bite your legs off.
For a bonus.
For a bonus +2.
Well, you succeed.
Okay. So the consequence, the mild consequence is going to be hyperextended limb. Like them muscles is all torn up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think that'll be my turn.
Alright, so there we go.
Arg, my leg.
Digger uses up, I'll bite your legs off to give him arg my leg. We're fucking children. Not literally. That's
Best
illegal.
children.
Anyway.
Oh dear.
Okay, so it's now the monster's turn. It's decided that it really also does not like this snacky snack. And so it is going to roll its physique to try and pull you off of it. And try to pretty much throw you away from it.
Okay, I'm going to use to defend my athletics. Digger is a writhy, wiggly, evasive bastard.
Okay.
Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
So all that he tries is he just kind of gets writhing snake coils. Oh my.
So,
Emily?
unless you want to invoke either... Oh, because you can't invoke his consequence, can you?
Yes, you can. It's an aspect like anything
Yes,
else.
okay. So either you can... That's right. So either you can invoke his arg my leg, or you could invoke your own thing of that you are the snake son of Geb.
I could do that, but I think I'm actually going to invoke on him Arg my leg.
Okay.
So there's oh, was that all my fate points?
No.
Okay.
I had to fix it. It was on the wrong layer.
Ah.
Maybe it is all your fate points. Because that one with the X was for the fact that you could, as a reminder, that you could avoid a point of thingy.
Yeah, hang on then. Let's.
What else? What else did you invoke this tonight?
I invoked earlier to avoid to add myself a +2 on something. Yeah, I invoked because I failed that stealth, and I only have a refresh 2.
Right. Are you only a refresh 2?
Yeah, I have an extra stun, so I'm only a refresh 2.
Oh shit! Right. Never mind. Okay, so I'm deleting that one. And so then, yeah, that one with the X is the fact that you can avoid one point of physical stress.
True. Yeah, but
Okay.
it's okay. We have three free invokes of hentai plants, so it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So
That's true.
you invoke Arg my leg, and taking. Well, look, it is your thing, so I'll let you decide how you're going to take advantage of that aspect.
How do I want to take advantage of that aspect? As he tries to claw at Digger, he basically uses part of his body to start working that limb, and making and using the pain to make that his attack less effective.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's me. I think it's Bindery's turn at this point, right?
Yes, because it just tried to grab and throw you and just missed. Like, hold still. It just couldn't maintain an actual grip on you.
Alrighty. Well, we're gonna continue to clobber it then. Just whipping them with all my branches and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was not so good this time.
That was in fact not very good this time. Then again, I can't roll for shit. So, are you gonna invoke Hentai Plant as an aspect to give you a bonus for it being restrained?
Yes, I will.
Okay, congratulations. Kick it in the dick.
Hooray!
Okay. Back to Digger.
Okay, so I'm actually going to use my fight to try and create an aspect this time. Digger's going to try and complete the constriction of the creature.
So you're going to use your what to
He's going to try
complete
and
it?
completely constrict this thing's limbs and use it to create an advantage.
Okay.
Fight 3.
It's going to roll his physique again. Because it's like... To try to defend itself, it's literally just trying to outstrength you.
Right.
And continuing the fact that I cannot roll for shit.
Dang, Matt. That's with a +5, too.
Yeah. I'm rolling like Jimmy.
So.
Okay. So... Let's see, Do you want it to be a consequence for him or an advantage for you?
Advantage for me. I'm going to actually try and pass it on to Blue Bindweed when it gets to her turn. So she can finish this thing off.
Wouldn't it be easier to just make it a consequence then?
Either way, it's the same. It's that you have to give up a fate point to invoke a consequence. Don't you? Oh, we'll look that up later.
Yeah.
I am a blanket. But yeah, so I'll try and make it an advantage so it's a free invocation for Bindweed to use.
Okay. So, I guess then getting back to the monster's turn, it's it is going to invoke one of its aspects of being excuse me. The aspect is called otherworldly anger, because it's pretty much like one of its defining aspects here, and it's again going to try to physique you off of it.
Okay.
I guess in that case, it would pretty much be to try to get rid of that advantage.
Yeah.
And
you can do.
get you. Yeah. Oh, hey, look, I didn't roll shitty.
All right.
Hooray!
What would you say would be a thing for Digger to?
I don't know. How would Digger try to defend himself?
Well, his best thing is his athletics, his ability to move and evade and dodge. That's not really applicable here. He doesn't have physique. Oh, yes, he does. He has physique as one of his divine powers. But this is not going to go well. Yeah, it's not going to go well. Hey, Emily.
Uh-huh.
You mind if I use a... Well, no matter what, I'm going to get my ass stomped. He succeeds with style no matter what. Okay. Guess I could always try for a reroll with use a hentai plant.
Say that it was restraining him or something, and so he didn't quite have the grip that he thought he did.
Exactly. He now has two things constricting him. It's very hard to break this grapple. So I'll try for a reroll. Better, not perfect. Okay. Oh well. That's the result we get then.
Okay, so he's going to So you lose I'm a blanket.
Yep.
And he's going to gain... I'm going to say that he's pretty much berserking at this point.
Okay. Yeah.
So, the aspect that the monster gains is now Raging Asshole. Alright. So, as far as narratively what happens here is, Digger's like got two of its arms and they're like pulled backwards almost against its leg, and it just kind of roars out loud enough that even Mari and Transit, as they were on their way towards the city, like hear this. You know, birds fly up out of the freaking canopy, just scared of whatever's going on. And despite that pain and the fact that it's getting a freaking thorned whipping from bindweed, it just reaches over with its other two arms, and it tried to grab Digger, but he slipped out he almost slipped out at first, and then he finally gets a good grip on him and just quite literally rips Digger off of his limbs, and in the same motion just chucks him across the clearing and into a tree. Like the trunk of a tree.
Hey, you just hurt my tree. Now you're
Fuck the snake. You just hit the tree with a snake.
Digger chimes out. Oh yeah, the tree.
What? You don't need protection. Tree does.
I don't think Digger has any time to make a response. He will next turn.
Alright, so that's the monster's action. It is now Bindweed's turn.
Alright. Well, I guess we're gonna continue trying to beat it into submission.
Are you gonna invoke Hentai Plant as an aspect this time? Just have it help you while you're bludgeoning this thing?
Sure. Why not? What's that gonna do?
Gives you a +2 on the roll.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to give you so that we could just hit it with a +4 on this turn, but he broke out, the asshole. Raging frickin' asshole.
Oh, shit. Okay, so here's it rolling its fighting to try and defend itself. So narratively, what is Bindweed trying to attack it with?
Well,
Like,
since we're invoking Hentai Plant in this as well, then, you know, of course they're making their, you know, whip-like motions all up on its soft and fleshy bits, while Chloe is just probably going at him with thorn-covered fists.
Okay. So, Hentai Plant's like, its vines are snapping up and trying to grab it, much like Digger was, and restraining it while it's trying to struggle back, and then here comes Bindweed, just Captain America jump up into the air and just fucking punches down onto its head with just these massive spikes of thorn and shit on her forearm. Sound about right?
Uh-huh. Sure.
Okay.
I mean...
Yeah, guess what? You succeeded with style again. Fuck you.
Alright, well, since with style, definitely the jumping.
And I think at this point, I'm just gonna say that this motherfucker, like, you just straight up impaled its head. Like, it was it starts gurgling as it's like trying to snap its jaws at you for a moment, but you can just you can. I'll put it this way: despite the fact that it's in its death throes, almost as soon as you jam that spike through the top of its head, neither of you can sense it there anymore. It pretty much just died instantly in that strike.
Right.
And its own little tendrils and tentacles and shit are continuing to to writhe around as it slumps and gets pulled up into a ball by hentai plant. And eventually it stops moving.
And I don't know, now it's time to send the souls.
Yep. And so, while you're... Oh, okay. So I'm going to take over narrative for Bindweed as well a little bit here for a moment, right? And so as its corpse is bleeding out onto the, it's multiple colors of whatever the hell goo is coming out of it onto the ground, its whole body is starting to turn gray. And you can just see it becoming brittle like paper until eventually it looks like its body starts peeling away almost, like it was actually unraveling. And each of these little strips of what had been flesh moments before start to float away into the air. And then that's when you recognize that these are what souls look like. They're brightly, they put out light, but these ones, having already become part of a monster, are dull and grayed, like the you're kind of like a Silent Hill fog, but it's just like this wispy strip of light going through the air. Where most souls, especially if it's not already been a monster, are vibrant and colorful, even for dull people. So Bindweed, shakes some of the blood off of her hand or whatever, and starts the ritual, which, not being a scion of any of the death gods or anything, she was taught is fairly straightforward. And it's very much just, she just starts speaking to the spirits, using her divine voice to pretty much try to compel them to, not saying where they should go by name, but trying to
convince them that they no longer belong in the world of nature, something like that.
Exactly, go to where where you feel that you should belong, and go to where is your true place, and that kind of a thing. And she's so go ahead and make your roll. Oh, here, I did not mean to click on that. So you can pick one. Either you can roll your will, or you can roll lore. Will gives you a slightly bigger benefit.
Yeah, I was gonna roll will.
Your target number is a 4.
Oh shit.
Don't fuck up.
I didn't fuck up. I didn't get 4.
Do you have any aspects to invoke?
I mean, could I just go with nature's a bitch again? Tell him to get the fuck off the... Get the fuck
off my lawn.
Basically.
Not so sure on that one.
It's like, you don't belong here. Get the fuck out of my forest.
Oh my.
Let's see, I'm looking at Bindweed's aspects, and I'm thinking that the whole, given your backstory, the moms haven't gotten over the whole killing a lot of people was an issue fiasco. There was a lot of dead people at that point. Maybe she's like, oh wait, shit, I forgot. I'm supposed to say this other line, and then maybe get a reroll from there.
Okay, I guess that works. Guess that's a fate point there, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. No, that's the same.
Really? Okay. Well, you guys watch the souls. Oh, okay. So here's where you have a choice, though. Do you want to succeed anyway?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I will succeed anyway.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you a consequence.
Right. That's how that works.
Well, okay, no, it would be consequences if your stresses are all filled up, right, Josh? Or does it just go straight to consequences?
No, she'd take. Oh, hang on, sorry.
Fail. This means one of several things. You don't get what you want. You get what you want at a serious cost, or you suffer some negative mechanical consequence.
Yeah.
Sometimes it means more than one of those. Okay.
So it could be a consequence if that's how we'd want to do it, or it could just be stress because she hasn't really been damaged at all in any significant manner.
Well, we're also about to probably end session, so all those stresses tend to get wiped at the end session. So here's what we do: we're gonna give you a mild consequence, and
Okay.
your sending was appropriate. The souls have been made aware in what little sense of consciousness that they have that, oh, we should be going somewhere, but there's a number of them that don't quite seem to know what it is, where it is that they should be going. Maybe you forgot a line. Who knows? But I want to say, first of all, this creature was a number of souls, like easily like 8 or 10 of them.
Mm-hmm.
This thing ends up we'll go with there were like 10 souls there, and like 6 of them go and fuck off. The other 4, though, seemed to go float around Bindweed and then into her.
I am
And
the
you
ghost
now
tree.
know. You now know that yes, you are the ghost tree because these spirits are pretty much riding along until they can figure out what the hell they're supposed to be doing.
Don't mind me. I'm just a little bit haunted.
Yep, you have a mild consequence now. 4 lost souls haunt Bindweed.
Are you like okay?
I'm fine.
Was that supposed to happen?
Yes. Yes, it was. Don't worry about it.
Roll your bluff. Roll your fucking bluff.
All right. Fine, I will.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
What am I rolling to defend?
All right, Josh. I don't know. What are you rolling to defend?
Wouldn't that be empathy?
Empathy, will,
It's empathy. It's empathy.
investigate. I don't fucking know.
Well, I'd say I want to use investigate, but I don't think that's justifiable in this situation. So empathy, yeah, let's hit up empathy. Yeah, no,
Thank you. You have.
Digger for a moment like raises an eyebrow, like he's about to say like, yeah, you can't bullshit me on that. And he's like, no, that checks out. As reality forces him to be dumb. Well, let's see how the other guys. Well, I guess that's one down. Didn't Mari say monsters, as in multiple?
The thing that had been intended to be conveyed was that there was a monster that came into the area and had it seemed like it might have been somehow intentionally creating more monsters.
Okay.
So if this is the one that came into the area, then you may have cut the problem off at the source. If it's just one of the products of the other monsters that have showed up since it came, that's still a problem.
Let's go see how the other guys are doing. Let's see.
All right. Let's go do that. Twitch.
Off.
Okay. So first of all, how are you doing, Jimmy?
My head hurts, but what's going on?
Well, I wanted to give you guys the option because Cassie has to get ready for work here as well. So I think we should probably call it. And if you guys want, we can either tomorrow evening try and do a thing where we cover what goes on at this town meeting, or we can save that for the starting of next week on Monday. I leave it to your discretion, Jim.
Let's see how I sleep tonight,
Okay.
because that'll determine whether or not I'm going to be up for anything tomorrow.
Okie dokie. And I do want to apologize to audience and players alike that it took so long to get things started. Pork. Apparently, when you're cooking like 5 pounds of pork, it takes a lot longer than I had thought that it was. Because, yeah. I knew it was going to take a long time. I just ran out.
Didn't think it was going to take that long.
Yeah. It's fucking annoying. It was delicious, though. You can't have any.
You're making me hungry.
That's because I'm an asshole.
Yes, you are. All right, so I guess we're closing out for the night.
Almost. I had one other thing I wanted to bring up. Did you guys have any additional thoughts or questions or comments or whatever for our closing out notes?
Oh, I have tons of questions, but I'll just rewatch the session at some point to catch up.
Fair enough.
I'm the ghost tree.
Digger pulls a can of soda out of nowhere. That's good.
Anyway, did you have anything, Emily, besides being the ghost tree?
No.
And tall?
What?
God damn it.
Bindweed's tall.
God damn it, Chloe. Stop bullshitting me and having it work.
Never.
Why you do this to me? I thought we were friends.
Because this Chloe actually has confidence. And she's holding on to it.
The laugh track was because, damn it, Chloe, I thought we were friends.
No, it's more like she figures she's got this handled, so he doesn't need to be worried about it, that's all.
Alrighty. Well, let's go ahead and call it a night then. I'll start our outro, and I hope everyone enjoyed, and I should have better time management next week.
Alright.
Also, we might actually get something resembling a plot.
Ooh.
Maybe a couple of us won't have headaches next time.
Yeah, seriously, we were 3 out of 5 for people having debilitating headaches this week, and it's fucking weird.
The moon is in the alignment, is in the house of Procyon, Lord of Headaches.
I'm starting the outro music. Good night, everybody.